It's just different.
And welcome back to B.A.R Fitness Podcast or TV. Depends on if you're on YouTube or you're on your podcast catcher. I'm your host, Dwayne Atkinson, and this is B.A.R Fitness. B.A.R Fitness is a podcast YouTube channel I created to document my fitness journey. That fitness journey includes an awesome program called E2M. E2M has been a tremendous blessing. You guys hear me talk about it all the time. And one thing I love about E2M is the people. And this wonderful couple that I have on, I remember our first conversation. Like we got on the phone to get this gentleman and his wife into the program. He was like, I'm not just trusting these pictures. I need to talk to somebody. But we have on none other than my brother Kevin and Miss Becky. How y'all doing?
We're good.
How's it going, my man?
Good. So let's jump into the journey, the fitness journey. Ladies first, of course. Let's talk about pre-E2M, just your background and your fitness journey before you found the program.
Started my fitness journey at age 46.
Love it.
I am now 47.
Love it.
Just, a lot of off and on stuff, nothing consistent. I think like everyone else, we always try. I think we always try to put our health first. We know it's important, but I think it's just hard. It's hard. Changing your habits. It's hard, trying to eat healthy. It's not convenient cooking everything. And I think we've done Whole30, we've done paleo. We try to, do the whole caveman diet. We did this awful juice cleanse. Like it was so bad. It was like, and then after that, we're like, E2M is so easy.
I think it prepared us pretty well.
You can do anything after that.
That was like a feast by comparison.
Oh yeah, that's terrible. And but I was in an accountability group with just women, and I did that for a while, and I did see really great results, and I think it was that accountability that helped. But the key was Kevin. It was like us doing this together made such a huge difference in that commitment. It's just night and day, like how we, it's definitely a team effort. He's all in, he's so in. 100% first 8 weeks, no joke. And I'm just like, I'm the food girl. He's like the motivation, get up and do this with me thing. And I think that I tried to do, he was even nice enough to be like, let's just do the circuits in the afternoon when I get off work. And we tried, and oh man, we were just hurting because it's like, we drinking all this water. We already had 2 meals, and trying to do a circuit at like 3 PM was just not okay. Yeah. So I had to start getting myself up. And he's so sweet. He was just like, I'm getting up at 5:30, or, before work or 7 or whatever it was. And join me if you want. And then I didn't want to be like a chump. I'm like, I got this too, man. I'm going to get up too. And then next thing you know, like that second week, we were getting up together, like 6:30 wake up time. Maybe a little bit early, like 6 o'clock. And we would just catch because we were California time at the time. So
yeah,
we just
Kev, give me a little bit about your background, man, before E2M.
Yeah, and before we forget, thanks for having us, man. We love you, and the show is amazing. This platform is great for us, and I know everybody else that catches it. But so my journey, I was never an athlete, but I will say I was always athletic, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm,
so,
it does.
Growing up, I was the kid that was just, totally scrawny, couldn't add a weight, no matter what. I could eat whatever I want, and I was as thin as, as a rail. And I was in high school. I remember I was on the high school wrestling team, and it was, of course, the lowest weight class available at that time. I think it was something like 80 pounds, and I probably was maybe about 70. And that was if I was like really just eating a lot and not doing much work. And my teammates hated me because they're trying to make weight and they're running laps around the track, you know, trying to shed some LBs. And then I'm sitting next to coach eating a burger and fries.
Trying to add some.
Yeah. And so, you know, I was talking to my dad and I was telling him, you know, how frustrating it is because I didn't like being thin. I still don't. And he said, oh, you just wait, man. He said, you don't think so now, but you wait till you get older. That's all going to change. And you better start thinking about, you know, what you're eating, even though he was, you know, not really paying attention to what he was eating.
Sure.
So I just, you know, didn't think much of it. And then you start entering into your 30s and then even the 40s. And now before you know it, I noticed that just started getting really uncomfortable. You know, I had a big waist, looked like there was a tire around my waist, and clothes were really tight. I struggled to even just do menial things like bend over to tie my shoe was a chore. Breathing harder. I was stressed out, fatigue.
Acid reflux was all the time.
Just off the charts.
Even I would just try to make something like a salad or something. He'd be like just choking it down with the acid reflux.
But like she said, I mean, we tried a lot of different things. We went on, you know, the Whole30 and saw some results with that. And then as far as working out, I would do that, but it was never sustainable. So I would, you know, join a gym and go and work out and, you know, see some results, but we never before E2M had paired the two together like this program puts it together and then seals the deal with the level of accountability and friendships that you make along the way.
Yeah. For sure. No, legit. I mean, the same. I was pretty light in high school as well. And I remember my high school football coach saw me, you know, a couple years ago. He said, yeah, you played corner in high school, man. You were down lineman now. We're like, you're a nose tackle. Yeah, man. So I love it, man. So let's talk about, you talked about the adjustment. You guys were on California time at one time. Thank God he's delivered y'all out of the Sodom and Gomorrah into the promised land. But talk about that first week, man. Just the adjustment, you know, the kind of the shock that goes on. You say you were kind of prepared though, so it might have been a different thing, you know, since you guys came off that juice diet and all of that. Talk about that transition a little bit.
Maybe you start with the juice thing, and then
the juice thing was just ridiculous. But I think that, you know, the detox week, you think that, oh, it can't be that bad. I'm not, you know, because I really thought that I didn't eat that bad. But I think my problem is like, I think one of the people that were talking, that you interviewed was saying that she was on the toddler diet. It's like, you're my dog.
I hear
it. Oh my gosh, she's so loud. Anyways, and I think I was snacking all day. You know, I never sat to eat meals. I just was like, I'll have a little bit here. I'll have a quick breakfast. I never ate breakfast. I was seriously like drank coffee. I probably eat lunch. And the lunch was basically like, you know, maybe like a half a sandwich or something. So I was always grabbing chips, nuts, you know, granola bars, whatever. And so when I was able to just sit and eat, it was so awkward for me because I had to actually sit and eat. And then the in between, because we're doing the intermittent fasting, you know, it's like, I was like, well, what do I do with my hands? And I just felt like that, like, I mean, I had this reflex of every time I walked past the pantry, I'd grab something. And I just really was like, I can't do this. I have to just fold my hands and I just have to kind of like
Ricky Bobby, like.
And it was such, I did not realize how bad of a habitual eater I was in just that constant snacking. And that was huge for me, like that first week. In the first 2 weeks, it was like I was getting a handle on it. And I think now it's not even a part of like, it's not even anything I think about now, you know? So it's really great.
Yeah. I think, I mean, compared to what we had experienced before with some of the other fad diets that we were, you know, messing around with, it allowed, I mean, we never went hungry. That was the thing. Right. We were never feeling like we were starving. And so that helped quite a bit.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of adjustment because, I'm used to eating, things with a lot of sugars, and just having to change that up was kind of a challenge. But other than that, I mean, it's something that we overall adapted to, I think, pretty quick.
The creamer in your coffee,
and
all that
stuff.
It's just like, it's not even anything we think about. Now we feel like we've graduated to real coffee drinkers, and we're doing the whole like pour over.
Yeah.
We're like, we're grinding those beans in the morning.
Compress.
It's so funny.
I love it. No, that's beautiful. One thing that I always admired about you guys was, you continue to work out together. Me and my wife, we started out working out together. But it just got a little, the space got a little small.
Yeah. And I'm kind of a baby. I think that the gym really intimidates me. I was never been anybody that felt comfortable in a gym. And I think that, now I'm E2M's like giving me so much more confidence, and I think now we were even talking about changing his schedule a little bit to where, I told him, I was like, I think I'm okay going in the gym by myself. And I've been a couple times, but I always feel like I'm a big girl now because I go to the gym by myself.
I love it.
Awesome. It was such a surprise because I never anticipated when we had signed up that she would take to it like she did. I knew that I needed something, one detail I left out on the before E2M story was I'd seen a chiropractor because my back was getting so bad. And he had told me, hey, look, I could go ahead and adjust you right now, but I'm telling you that you need to strengthen your core. You are basically weak around the waist, and that needs to be shored up before and that's going to take care of a lot of these back problems that you're seeing right now. And so anyway, once, I had made the jump and decided to sign up. I had no idea that Becky was going to show up the way she did. She definitely was not somebody that was, a very disciplined person. And now, I mean, it's just amazing. She's a totally different woman. I don't even know who I'm married to.
Hey, upgrade, man. It's an upgrade. I was super impressed whenever you guys were transitioning, relocating, whatever, and Becky would post, workouts without you. That let me know it was like, she's locked in. Because I know you can kind of feel that, you were kind of guiding her through it. But whenever y'all were in that moving process and you had to actually do it yourself, I definitely
had to get up by myself.
Yeah. I saw that, because for those that don't know, this wonderful couple is in one of my accountability inboxes. They bring life to the inbox because they consistently posting and continually doing that. So I see that real time. So that's kind of why I wanted to bring that up, because you guys, I want to hat tip to you guys, because whenever you guys are posting, workout done, that's one less thing I got to do. I don't have to say, where's the selfies? Where the, because y'all are there and then everybody see yours and then they start posting. So I want to thank you guys for that. You make my job easy.
I think it's cool. It's like, I think it's just like passing what you've deposited into us and the coaches. It's like, we give that back to our group. We get to mentor people that, that we brought in, and we kind of gave them the option, like, hey, you can either go with this guy or you can go with us. But I think that even itself was like such a growth for us to really embrace, like, no, we can do this. It was such a step of confidence that like, even, me doing, my Dwayne thing and like, saying, hey guys, let's it's asparagus week. You got this,
Yeah.
But I think it motivates me that much more to show up, just like coaches do for us. I love them. Like, I love them so much. They're my best friends and they don't even know it.
Right.
And I love waking up with them in the morning and their families and what they give. And that just makes you want to deposit that also. And so I think Kevin and I had a moment, probably like halfway into our first round where we just looked at each other and we were just like, we're not the same people. We're not. Like, this has completely transformed our lives. It's given us confidence, discipline. Like it's just helped me in my spiritual walk. Like, you know, my relationship with the Lord is strengthened because of this. And so I'm just very grateful.
The part that's sort of underrated, and maybe it's not, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but the coaching itself and having, you know, Coach Jeff and his nightly talks, I mean, that is so vital to the journey and success in this program for us, where, you know, it's about changing your mindset and how you look at certain things. And that was the biggest obstacle to us getting healthy. And there was just so much that used to stop us short in our tracks, and, you know, we'll fizzle out and it just becomes another fad. But I think when we got, you know, night in, night out, listening to his lives, it really prepared us mentally, because that first round, you know, getting back to what you'd asked, Dwayne, about, you know, the adjustment in the first round, food probably wasn't as big of a deal, but my body was not strong. I mean, I was not able, I don't think, when we were doing, like, you know, we'll do push-ups or something like that, I think I was on my knees for half the time.
Yeah, I started on the wall.
And then it wasn't until maybe like week 3 or 4 where I was able to go all out.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. That I wouldn't say, I guess it may be, it's not overlooked, it's just not spoke about much. And I'm glad you brought that up, the caliber of coaches, and, you know, even Jeff's live every night, the value in that. You know, I always tell people Reese's lives are worth $320, but even Coach Jeff lives is worth the money. You know, he literally night in, night out, you know, gives you a nugget, gives you something to take you to the next day. And he sacrifices. I mean, he works a full-time job and several other businesses, and he comes on and brings it. And I always shoot him a message when he get really fired up, you know, get him like a B3 Hammond, like, you preaching, you know, like so yeah, no, that's definitely awesome. All right, gang. So this is a short podcast, man, and I appreciate y'all taking time out of your schedule. I always like to close the same way. Let's say it's a couple that's listening or watching on YouTube, what would be your advice to them? Because we got to remember that couples are buy one, get one. So make sure y'all remember that. But what would be your advice to a couple that's thinking about joining E2M?
I think just support each other. You know, I think there's no judgment with Kevin and I. You know, he gets up and he gives me the freedom to join him or not join him. You know, I think that, you know, we just try to encourage each other and motivate each other to do it. And, you know, he'll text me like in an hour if I didn't get up with him or something. He'll be like, hey, you know, don't see your selfie, or you getting that workout in? And I'm like, yeah, but, you know, so it's good. I think that, you know, if you could do it together, you're stronger together. You know, you don't have to do the circuits together and work out together.
I was just going to say, and be patient. You know, everyone can be on a different timeline. Sometimes schedules don't work out that way. But, you know, it's what we keep hearing, consistency, not perfection. And if you keep staying the course and you just do something, and you support one another in what they're doing and at the intensity level or speed that they're doing it at, then eventually, I mean, you're going to see those results. There's no doubt about that. Now with this program, you're going to see that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you again, family. Like you said, you got best friends, man. Y'all are my family. Like, we never met, but I definitely truly feel like y'all family, and I really appreciate what you guys bring to the program and all that you got going on. So want to end the show the same way. Make sure you guys remember 1 Timothy 4:8. Paul said, hey, it's good to take care of your spiritual body, but I mean your physical body, but you always have to take care of your spiritual as well. So until next time, you guys, God bless, and we are out.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.
It's just different.